If there's only one thing that you're gonna remember from this video, I hope that it's Vigil's theme. Before you listen to it, you have to realize that Mass Effect is a big boy game with guns, lasers, explosive clubs, and naked women. That is music that mostly sounds like this. Or this. Or this. So you can imagine how different it feels when for the first time you're greeted with this. I don't remember my reaction when I first heard Vigil's theme. So if it's your first experience of this, I really hope that you feel immediately why for so many Mass Effect players this is the real Mass Effect theme. I can only talk about my experience, but to me it feels nostalgic about a past that I wasn't present for, but also hopeful about this continuously expanding universe, hopeful about a future that I won't be present for. It tells me to remember how scary this whole place is and how beautiful the things I found in it are, the things the Shepard found in it. Vigil's themes capture perfectly the vastness of the universe, constantly expanding, cold, brutal, uncaring, mysterious. And then it reminds me that in it there are wonderful things, warm, soft, close things. This is actually the first song you hear when you start your journey with Mass Effect 1, or the second, if you bought the Legendary Edition and heard this fuck us intro. I don't know, thought it was a good idea. And it's a song you will hear every time you boot up the game. Okay, I need to be honest now. I lied when I said that I don't remember how it felt for me listening to Vigil's theme for the first time. I do. It felt like I got into the wrong game. I was expecting some to pump me up, to play a super special space cop that everybody loves and has super mega powers and oh my god, how are you? Instead I got greeted by Vigil, a peaceful, introspective piece about what I think is the real theme of Mass Effect. When you strip it down of all the powers and the guns, Mass Effect is a game about love. Put the gun down. Let's see how many references I can make to YouTubers. Now that everyone that disagrees with me has left the video, let's talk about love.
Come here.
About that love, specifically, I mean, romantic love is a big part of Mass Effect, however you look at it. It's been the reason it got a lot of controversies when it came out. And I love it for it. When it came out, even having one sex scene at all was a big controversy. Even if you look back at it now, they're pretty tame. I'm thinking about the sex scenes in Wolfenstein, like, come on. You cannot do the comparison. It's not even the same genre. But it was still a scandal, and Mass Effect took the burden of having to live with that scandal and allowed future games to move the medium forward and explore sexuality in games more deeply. And I'm really grateful for that. Coming back to why this is not a video about romantic love, the love that your Shepard and whoever they end up with share, I think it's only a reflection of the love that runs throughout this universe and throughout this game as a product. And I introduced Vigil because I think it pretty much spells it out for us. In-game, outside the main menu, you first hear Vigil in the scene where you speak with Vigil. Vigil is an AI made by previous inhabitants of the galaxy called Protheans. The Protheans long ago were in the same shoes you are in today as Shepard. Their civilization was falling, the Reapers were coming, and their resistance was faltering. When this song plays, you've entered the last beacon of hope for this ancient civilization. And the only one awake to tell you about it is Vigil. The hope is dead. Nobody's left alive. To reach him, you've passed halls that seemed infinite and find out that they were actually full of corpses of Protheans that pod themselves, freeze themselves, I don't know, cryopod themselves, I don't know what to say. To wait for when someone would have been able to defeat the Reapers and come and save them. No one ever did. The AI was programmed to preserve energy, and as the centuries kept rolling, it started to shut down the power of each pod year by year to keep itself alive, awake. Vigil. And now you're there, and you're listening. Shepard has been looking for traces of the Protheans the whole game. And the Protheans themselves were always with them. From the starting menu, Shepard found what they were looking for. Protheans traces. And it's just not happy, but it's not even just sad. It's a hard mix of the both. To me, it's almost like Vigil is a lullaby that the previous cycles are sending to us throughout the time and space. It's telling us about the love that they once shared, the love that they had for their own world, so much so that they tried their hardest to save it, preserve it, but still failed. Yes, failed in a way, but also succeeded. Somebody will know about them. Shepard heard their song. We have searched galaxies far and wide on our trusty Mako. I honestly love that vehicle. I hope that they will bring it back, but they never did. What the fuck? For any signs of them, because we too love our universe. We too love the people in it. We love the Citadel. We love Omega. We love this random planet footage that I found looking on YouTube. We love this just as much as them. We love this universe just as much as the Protheans did. And we love it even if no one believes us about the Reapers, even if we're considered a madman or madwoman. And the love we share, us and the Protheans, for all of this, brought us here. Vigil plays as we look at the libraries of our ancestors, as we learn about a species that will never live again. Shut the fuck up, MassEffect 3. Thanks. But whose impact is still fundamental for a future that they could never even imagine. Their love is not getting wasted. Their love perseveres. Vigil, after Mass Effect 1, shows up, the song, not the guy, at the moments that are both the lowest and highest for Shepard. For example, after the very model of a Salarian scientist sacrifices himself to cure wolves. For example, after the very model of a Salarian scientist sacrifices himself to cure a whole species of their infertility, as the cure slowly falls onto Chanka, I never understood how this cure worked, but it's a pretty cool image. Vigil plays. When Tali watches the view of her home planet for the first time, mourning a dead friend, which was an oxymoron for her just a year ago, Vigil plays. Vigil, as I've made the pun before, means awake. But also, holding a vigil for someone. The love that more than Legion and the Protheans gave, even after their death, reverberates in the universe. The universe itself is holding a vigil. And it's singing this song. As spectators, as listeners, we are in awe of what is accomplishable and what sacrifice it took to reach this point. In awe for what this will mean, not just for us or for our companions, but also for every other life that will be impacted by it in the next centuries, if not millennia. We're thinking about all the Krogans that will not have to see their children die prematurely. We're thinking about all the Koreans that will be able to open up their suit in their homeland after dreaming about it for centuries. The love that we gave, that the characters gave, that all the unnamed NPC that died for this gave, is still here. And we can hear it in Vigil. Shepard, even though they're a cop, I think he's a great character, honestly. Depending on your choices, Shepard can be a terrible person or a saint, but I think at the core, they're pretty consistent. At the end of the day, they're just two instincts of the same person. Shepard doesn't shy away from conflict. They head first into mission. They know what needs to be done and recognizes the ability in the people that they have around. They're a capable soldier, and they have every quality that would make them the perfect action movie hero, where the main theme is, I don't know, military propaganda. I don't know. Okay. I don't believe that in the game Shepard is there only because they're a good soldier. They follow the rules, or they don't even follow it, they just do whatever they think it's best. Independently of what background you picked, Shepard does have a hard life. They sacrificed a lot, lost a lot. It would make sense that they would be this hardened person that goes their own way and doesn't have a squad and he's a lone wolf. But their defining characteristic, that this past of hurt and loss doesn't define Shepard's future. Shepard still doesn't hide. They continue to give themselves to others. They continue to trust, to hope for the better, to see the best in people, to be unapologetically kind. It becomes a meme at the end of Mass Effect 3 if you follow a Paragon playthrough. Shepard made the Krogans and the Turians, and then the Geth and the Quarians work together. What? Species that had rivalries and hate between them, and Shepard just made them make up. That wasn't accomplished because of Shepard's skills with a handgun or biotics, and neither by their incredible negotiation skills. Shepard was able to do it because they loved their friend. They took the time to research the history of the Geth, took the time to treat what Quarians nowadays would have called the Clanker as a friend, as a being. And they listened to Tali, on the other hand, and the Quarians' history. In the same way, Shepard listened to their friend Rex, told them about the disaster that was the Genophage, and also about the regrets that Mordin had after developing it. I think Shepard's biggest strengths are not that he's good with the shotgun, it's that they listen and they talk. Those actions are banal.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, banal?
Banal. But their outcome makes history, changes the world. As you play, you are invested in your friends and their kind and their home world. And this is repaid with trust and loyalty by your squad mates, which at the end of the day, the game is telling us that it's the only thing that matters. What you can call as bad writing, as every single one of your friends becomes a really powerful political person and basically become the decision maker for the whole species, I say it's just the final payoff to tell us that the only thing that matters is the love we give to people, and not the hate that surrounds us, and not the disbelief by people that don't know us. What I'm saying is corny, I understand, but it is truly how I feel. And when I play this game, I think this is what it's trying to tell me. This is the whole point of the conversation with Javik after Sanctuary.
Imagine if everyone you knew was dead. You could not remember their faces or the color of the sky above your home. The memories were gone, but so was the pain. Would you want to remember that, Commander? Even if it meant watching everyone die again?
Is it worth to remember all the good times if it means that you also remember all the pain? And Shepard says it. It's the only reason that we do it. All the good times with your friends are the only thing that exists for Shepard outside of death and combat.
Without that affection, all I have in my life is death. And that's not enough.
If we don't have those memories to keep us going, then why would we? The love we give and we get is the only force that moves the universe. As a better D&D player than I'll ever be said, it's love that makes people, not hate.
Pain doesn't make people. It's love that makes people. The pain is inconsequential. It's love that saves them.
And it's love that makes the universe, not hate. And how they didn't play the visual theme here is beyond me. Like, I don't... Who, like, that's where you play the theme. That's the place. I started writing this video before I finished the game. I just felt so much about it that I had to write it down. And it is quite embarrassing for me to feel so much about propaganda, to feel so much for an equivalent of pulp books of the past, to feel so much for a cop. And other than that, you know, the game has its problems. It's almost 20 years old, and you can feel it and see it, and combat is not fun. The models, specifically humans, weirdly are janky, to say the least. The writing relies pretty heavily on stereotypes and tropes and millennial writing, especially the Citadel DLC, which I find pretty cringe. And the ending truly sucked. The one that's still in my head after like a month of finishing the game is that why a child? Why the AI was a child? I found really cool the AI, like the child memories, but then it was just this fuck-ass AI fucking with us. Like, how did you get the map? Like, I understand that it's like, oh, a format that you're comfortable with, but I'm not comfortable with that. It made me fucking... What? Why a child? How did you even get the picture of this child? It was just in Shepard's brain? I don't know. This child wasn't even in the Citadel. How did you get this child model to copy? How does this AI work? Am I nitpicking? Yes. But, you know, I can recognize limitations. I can see flaws. And I still have to love it. I love Mass Effect unapologetically, with its flaws and all. Because it's one of the games where I felt like the theme really screamed at me. And the theme is love. And it's not just love as a theme. It's love that you feel it all around. The writers love this game. You can see it in the lore of every single planet, for every single species. And here the composers loved to work on this piece. You can see the artists loved designing. You can see that the developers and the programmers, they loved making this game. Passion slips through every detail carved in this series. This piece of art was important for those who made it. It was made with love. And to show the love that they poured into it, they made love a central piece of the puzzle. And that's why love changes the universe in the game. And that's why Vigil is Mass Effect theme song. After you've chosen your ending in Mass Effect 3, after you watched the 2 minutes of your loved one mourn you, after the never-ending credits that really put in perspective what it takes to make a game, a truly horrible render scene appears on your screen. And I honestly couldn't stop laughing at the child, which was clearly the adult model but shrink down. And if you notice it, you just focus on that the whole time, but it's fine. In this scene, an old man, Stargazer, just finished telling a kid about our story, Shepard's story. Details have been lost through time, but you know what remains? You know what plays in the scene? Vigil plays. The lullaby that was sang by Proteins and Ilios. I think that now Shepard got added to the choir. And Shepard's stories now reverberates through time and space. The universe will keep singing centuries and galaxies away. Even after our death, love remains. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, subscribe or comment, or if you don't like it, comment too. I don't think that I will ever talk about Mass Effect again because I don't want to replay it. I truly hate the combat of this game. I played it for the lore. So yeah, I can slightly remember badly what I played if you want, but I don't want to do misinformation. Yeah, will I talk about other games? I don't know. I'm not very. It takes me a long time to play a game, and so I don't know if it would be fun for you to wait for me to talk about a game. But also, I don't think that I'm always this poetic. Shout out to the composer of Vigil, because that piece is beautiful. I don't really like the end when it like builds up into like this epic thing. I really like when it's quiet and subdued. But you know, sure, whatever. What the fuck?